What is going on, everyone? It is James, aka the Comic Raider, and I am back with another midnight drop. It is technically 1 a.m. right now, so a little bit after midnight, but I just got out of seeing The Flash, and so I wanted to give my thoughts on it. Non spoiler, of course, as I always like to do first. I think that it is a really good movie. It is very entertaining. It is going to give you that nostalgia. Story wise, it's not super original. We've kind of seen time travel recently, especially like, Avengers and stuff like that. And then we've also seen the nostalgia of bringing back old school characters from Spider Man. So, and then multiverse, of course, with the other Spider Man. So it's not original idea, but it was done in a fresh DC way, and so I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed getting the nostalgia and little things here and there. I think that the characters were really good. I will say, again, it's not a spoiler if you do not like the Flash. Now, look, I have to separate person from character in the sense of I'm not going to get into all the Ezra stuff. This is a movie that I didn't think we'd see, but I understand why we did. He is in it twice as much. I mean, it's the Flash movie, and it is definitely the Flash's movie. So much so that there's two of them. So, if you don't like him as a person and you can't separate the two, or if you don't like his take on the character, then you're probably definitely not gonna like it because it's a lot of him. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. As far as everything else, a lot of it you saw in the trailer, but it was still really good. And I think that's really all I can get into as far as end credits. There is one at the very, 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 very end. There's no mid credits. It's a very end credit scene. Personally, look it up online. I'm gonna be honest. It's a long movie, and it's not really worth staying. I understand why you would want to stay. I did, but it's not entirely worth it. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna say. Non spoiler wise, it's good. It's really good. But yeah, so spoiler wise, let's start with the characters. So Flash, um, again, it's two of him. For most of the movie, a young self. So he's very, even more so, immature, obnoxious, to use his own word. It was interesting to see the banner of the two of them, and the Barry that we know telling younger Barry, like, you're too much. And I understand now why people like find us hard to get along with or talk to, because it's just this constant da 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 da. And so I think it comes down to, like, do you like his version of the character, right? He's playing it very well, and he played it, two versions of it, very well in this one. I think he also captured emotion very well, in dealing with everything going on with his parents and dealing with the realization towards the end of like what he has to do. By the way, why did the dad pass away, like in real life? Or if he did, rest in peace, and I'm sorry that I forgot that. Because when I saw he was recast, I was like, damn, I really liked the version that was original. Although I like the actor that plays him again now, and it's not like the dad's a huge focal role in the movie, but yeah, I think he did pass away. So yeah, rest in peace. I apologize for forgetting that. But so, and then you get to see the mom, and that was really cool. So yeah, he captured emotion very well. He's playing the role well. It's just a matter of whether you like it or not. So thought that was cool. The whole like costume and the powers and the abilities and everything like that, also done very well. It's gonna be heavily CGI'd, but honestly, didn't even bother me. Like, if you've watched my previous rants, you saw me rant about CGI when it came to Fast and Fast X. You know, this one, it didn't even bother me that much because I know it's a superhero movie. I understand, like, they have to do it for his power set, for, you know, when he's entering the Speed Force, doing all this kind of stuff. Like, I get it. And it really wasn't bad. Maybe a few parts, but yeah. But anyway, so the suit was awesome. Like, it was good. Batman, uh, probably what, the last time that we see Batfleck, which really sucks. You know, there's a lot of things that are very unfortunate about restarting the whole DC stuff. You know, obviously Henry Cavill. I'm a huge Henry Cavill as Superman fan, so not getting a second Man of Steel is a bummer. Not getting, you know, to finish out Darkseid's story and all that. But for me, honestly, one of the big ones is Ben Affleck not getting his own Batman movie. I liked him. I understand that I think this is a very polarizing opinion. A lot of people shit on Batfleck. I really enjoy Batfleck. So I would have liked to have seen him get a chance of his own movie, a dark, gritty movie. Like, I would have loved that. But anyways, so what you get from him in this, awesome. I love the color change of the costume. I'm a sucker for the blue and silver, or blue and gray, but I don't like the design of it. There's like this honeycomb texture, like on the chest plate or right under the chest plate, and I didn't really care for that. I just didn't like it. So I don't like the design of the suit. I love the color scheme of the suit, but you know, him riding around the bike and just everything like that, you know, and even when he's playing Bruce Wayne and talking to Barry, like, it was really cool. So I enjoyed seeing him for what is probably the last time, would be my guess. Obviously, we're into full spoilers now, so a very random Wonder Woman appearance. You know, it's like she randomly popped up in Shazam end credits and then randomly pops up again now. But I enjoy seeing her, so... And then, you know, it was a funny comedy moment with, you know, the lasso of truth and everything. Which also, I mean, I'll discuss that in the story, but, you know, comedy, not bad, like, not super forced. But anyways, I digress. So that scene was cool, but it was like, okay, so Wonder Woman just keeps showing up, and then of course you had to finish it out with Aquaman being the very end credit, which I don't know. I mean, is the point of the end credit just to say that, like, he's the one and only Aquaman, or like he's going to, you're like kind of being like, yes, he's gonna be Aquaman in his own movie coming up? Like, was it to solidify that? I don't know. Is he gonna be Aquaman moving forward? Is that why they did that? I don't really know. It still was kind of a random end credit, but so yeah, you got to round out. You don't get Cyborg, other than, you know, mentioning him when he's researching him. You only get Henry Cavill from, like, scenes of when he's running through time and stuff. So, is what it is. But yeah, so that, and then Michael Keaton Batman was amazing to see again. I mean, that was awesome. And obviously you see it from the trailer, so you know it's coming, but it was really great to get to see that again. And I gotta be honest, I mean, I think one of the best explanations of time. I mean, you know, I'll have to think on that, but, you know, explaining it in terms of spaghetti, obviously it's like meant to be kind of funny, but that was a hell of a way of explaining it, you know, saying that you're not creating this, you know, one with the strand, and instead he lays them perpendicular, and then throwing the bowl to, and then honestly, when he throws it in the bowl, like, that makes total sense. As he's saying, you know, yes, some strands of the timelines are gonna run parallel, but a lot of them are gonna go all over the place. I thought that was really cool. Probably, like I said, I think right now that's the best explanation. Simple, but, like, effective. But yeah, so Michael Keaton as Batman was amazing. Like, seeing him use his technology, even though it's outdated, but it still works. It was just awesome, awesome, awesome. Um, and then I thought, I mean, not to say that Zod didn't play a big role. I thought he was a little bit bigger of a role, but I understand like, but I like the size and getting him again, and he's brutal, and of course explaining what he does to Kal-El and everything was awesome. Um, which brings me to Kara, which I thought I didn't know how it was gonna go, and I thought it went really really well because you got a. This isn't Kal-El who landed and got raised by a family and is very humanized and knows how to be a human and emotions and manage emotions and all that kind of stuff. This was I've been trapped in this bunker for forever. At first, it is very very quick. Like I don't like people. Okay, now I understand. I need to save some people. But like when it came to battle, is what I'm getting at. She was letting loose. She didn't have her punches pulled. Like she was badass. And when it came to fighting Zod, like she was anger and emotion, and I loved seeing that. I love seeing a Superman unleashed, which was a pretty cool storyline, by the way, but that's separate, or Unchained. But yeah, just, it was cool. It was cool to see a Kryptonian do that. So, I actually really liked that. I also liked, so I think that's it as far as characters, really. I mean, Iris plays a super small role. But yeah, so I think that's it as far as characters, unless I'm mistaken. But so story-wise, like I said, it's in the trailer. You already kind of know what you're getting. He's gonna go back in time. He's gonna change what happens to his mom. I do like how they make it like where he's contemplating it, and then he figures out this is what I'm gonna do, and this is how I'm gonna do it, and I like how it plays out. But yeah, it is. He's gonna do this, and then he's gonna mess it up, and then you know from the trailer he's gonna recruit who he knows, Batman and Superman, and try to get the gang back together, and all that kind of stuff. So I thought it played out really well. I thought again the comedy, it wasn't overly done in my opinion. I'm trying to think of like comedic scenes, and yeah, there's moments where it has it, and Barry is a comedic character at times, but it's honestly done very well. It's not too much, at least in my opinion. I thought it was more of drama and storytelling. It's a serious movie. Him dealing with the emotions of what he's doing, why he's doing it, realizing he messed everything up, which brings me to the battlefield and everything, and understanding that, like, it was cool when they realized, or when he realized, like, she's gonna die every time, and Bruce is gonna die every time. Like, that is one of, and he even said, like, it's the spaghetti noodles, parallel with each other. Like, this is something that is always going to happen, a canon event. But I thought that was really cool. And then it does get pretty heavy CGI and stuff like that. Which, that part kind of went on it for a bit, I think, in my opinion. At that point, you're trying to, like, wrap the movie up, and I felt like that was really long. But I understand, and I didn't know at first, but once they're down in the, the ball, I don't even remember what they called it in there, but, what I would think of as, like, the Speed Force treadmill, but once they're there, it did start to click that, okay, so, like, this reverse Flash that you're thinking is actually just going to be a totally messed up version of him, of the younger him. And which then brings me to, like, and then they wrap up the well, I was gonna say then they wrap up the whole his dad getting out of prison, but then do they? But I'm gonna save that for a second. But so yeah, I don't know. I just, that part has me confused now, and now I'm losing my train of thought. But story-wise, okay, Reverse Flash. I was thinking we were going to get a Reverse Flash, and when I saw him running down, I was like, oh shit, they are going to introduce, like, reverse Flash and make this little Flashpoint paradox kind of. Ultimately, that's not what we get. So I don't know if they were saving. Like, we still have to figure out what the hell happened to his mom. Are they keeping it, true to the story? Who knows? But maybe that was supposed to be for Flash number 2, which I don't believe we're gonna get. So, yeah. But okay. So then to end it off, and then he resets it, gets his dad out, and you're like, yes, this awesome moment. And then they got me. They got me because I honestly thought it was gonna be freaking Michael Keaton again, as far as Bruce. So when it was George Clooney, which I have a guilty pleasure for that. For when I was a kid, like George Clooney was the shit. I was 90s, born in 92, so like George Clooney was the man, the freaking man. So Batman was my favorite character. So when it was like George Clooney's gonna play Batman, I don't care how shitty the movie was, it's special to me, and it's awesome that he got to play him. So to see him again, for me, that was like, hell yes, that was awesome. But again, now it's like, okay, yeah, what the hell happened with this multiverse and universe, and who the hell knows? So we'll see where that goes. But it was still cool. It does make you feel like, okay, well, did they like not change the ending because they don't really know what's going on? Or are we just gonna like forget about? I don't know. I have no idea. But overall, yeah, thought story was cool. I liked the whole war scene with Zod and the Kryptonians and stuff. And story wise, like I said, I enjoyed it. It's not the greatest movie I've ever seen. It's maybe like a, I don't know, 7.5. Because I start thinking of like other movies that I consider 8s, and no, it's not up there. So maybe in that range. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. I did. But do I think it's like the best movie ever? No, but I liked it. And yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much covers it, honestly. As far as story, characters. I should have saved this for the beginning, so technically I've already messed that up. Because at this point you've already seen the movie. But I guess technically if you've seen the movie, go back. So I watched it, I say this I think in all my videos, but I watched it in JBX, which for our theater is a surround sound boosted. Holy shit. I highly suggest that you watch it in a surround sound boosted. I would say you don't have to necessarily do IMAX and all that, just, better, bigger screen and stuff like that. But sound wise, the beginning scene when the building's breaking apart, way more dramatic. The chase scene, way more dramatic. The war scene, way better with the surround sound. But honestly, the whole theater was rumbling when they get in the Batwing and they're flying through. Like, especially, I think even just when they first get in and they're flying to Russia or wherever, like, that had the whole theater rocking. Like, that part right there is worth the JBX experience alone. So I do highly suggest that you watch it in at least a surround sound boosted theater, because it was a much better experience, and it does make the movie as a whole like better and cooler. So yeah, I think oh yeah, I probably dock a point just for the way he runs, which is silly, but again, it's he plays the character well. It's just a matter of whether you like it or not. But overall, yeah, cool movie, interesting ending, and who knows where it goes from here. I guess I'm excited for Blue Beetle, and we'll just kind of see what the heck happens with DC. But yeah, that'll do it. I'll pretty much wrap it up there. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but as always, thanks for the love and support. Thanks for the likes, comments, subscriptions, all that good stuff. And I am behind on movies. I have already missed Transformers, so I need to go this weekend. Go check that out and get a Transformers rant up. Still miss out on the Boogeyman. I still want to watch that. So I need to check out those two. Then this week, I believe, was Flash. So I think I'm good. So I have time to catch up. I know that The Blackening is out. I do want to watch that. And then I know next week, I believe, is Mission Impossible and Oppenheimer. Like, Oppenheimer for sure, I'm going to see in IMAX. Mission Impossible, I'll try to catch, but honestly, if I miss it, I miss it kind of thing. I watch those at home anyways, so that one we'll see. But yeah, I think stay tuned for the Transformers one. I'm behind, but I'm gonna get that and talk about that one a little bit because I'm excited to go see that. So if you've seen it, let me know in the comments how amazing it was and how I need to go watch it. And then if you've seen Flash, let me know what you thought as far as wrapping up DCEU and what you thought of the Flash movie. So I'm out. Till next time, deuces, stay safe, appreciate it.